Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm Eric, and I'm here to propose that Me Public Library adopt a new virtual reference service called LibAnswers. First, let me introduce a little bit about LibAnswers. LibAnswers is developed by SpringShare, a company that develops software specifically for libraries and educational institutions. While LibAnswers is largely asynchronous, it still includes a chat widget called LiveChat for chat service. LibAnswers' distinguishing feature is a searchable database where users enter a query and the system retrieves an answer for the user from the database. Importantly, though, this includes FAQs and common questions asked by patrons. Users can also browse the database by topic, popularity, and specific librarian. Library staff populates the database with answers, including answers to common questions, as well as sources to those answers. When no answer is found by the system, the user submits a ticket to be answered later by staff. Another key feature of LibAnswers is that tickets can be submitted via SMS text messaging. LibAnswers includes several add-on components, all of which are optional. Libraries may choose to adopt as few or as many as they would like. The Reference Analytics component allows reference transactions and questions submitted by users to be collected automatically. The Stats component automatically collects statistics on tickets submitted by users, submitted FAQs, and general questions, including ones submitted via SMS. The Status Management component communicates status of library systems to patrons, and it also allows patrons to provide feedback on services, which would be useful in getting feedback on LibAnswers after its implementation. There are many potential benefits for the library in the adoption and implementation of LibAnswers. One benefit would be improved website usability. Currently, the FAQs and general information on Meet's website are under a series of drop-down menus, and it's difficult to discern what information is under which tabs. LibAnswers' search box and user-friendly interface would make this information easier to find and access. Michigan State Libraries reports the same benefit from LibAnswers. Their website suffered from poor navigability, and LibAnswers helped to organize that information and make it more accessible. Another benefit LibAnswers would bring to the library is increased user satisfaction. Many scholars have studied user behavior and satisfaction, and they suggest that users have an expectation of immediacy in information searching. Scholars conclude that this results from users seeking information primarily online through the use of search engines such as Google. Users prefer to seek information online for the convenience and immediacy, and this convenience has a profound influence on user satisfaction. Implementation of convenient virtual reference systems has led to the increased use of virtual reference. In their findings, one library reports a 210% increase in reference transactions after implementing LibAnswers, and they attribute this to the automated nature of LibAnswers. Given this conclusion, it's fair to say that with its convenience and ease of use, LibAnswers would increase virtual reference usage and user satisfaction at Me Library. LibAnswers would also bring the library improved staff efficiency and workflow. With the reference analytics and stats modules, live statistics could allow us to efficiently assign staff according to usage and the specific needs of users. Other libraries report this same benefit from the use of LibAnswers. Since most reference questions are general questions about, say, hours, locations, and services, the search and database features of LibAnswers would help to create more efficient reference services. With general questions and FAQs answered by the system, library staff could focus more of their efforts on answering more in-depth reference questions, giving those questions a more timely response. Finally, accessibility remains a critical issue for libraries, and LibAnswers could bring increased accessibility to the library and its patrons. With its SMS capabilities, the user who is experiencing intermittent or no internet access would have access to virtual reference services and would be able to use LibAnswers via SMS text messaging. Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, access to services has become even more critical of an issue than before with shutdowns and changing library environments. Scholars have concluded that virtual reference usage saw a dramatic increase at the start of the pandemic. One public library, in fact, saw a 400% increase. Mead libraries saw the same trend, and according to the annual report, virtual reference use has not returned to its pre-pandemic level. With increased virtual reference usage and continued uncertainty in the pandemic era, it is essential to have a convenient, easy-to-use, and accessible virtual reference service such as LibAnswers. In terms of implementation, library staff trained on reference can use the system, and additional staff can certainly be trained also. While LibAnswers is intuitive and easy for staff to use, it is still a new system and there may be a learning curve. Other libraries have done voluntary training sessions for training staff on the use of LibAnswers. Me Library may wish to do the same. SpringShare also has tutorials and training videos available on their website. While LibAnswers would have a recurring yearly cost, the potential benefits to the library, its staff, and its patrons may be well worth the cost. Thank you everyone for your time. I've included my sources here if anyone would want to take a look at those. Please let me know if there are any questions. Otherwise, have a great weekend.